What's going on YouTube? Twig from LetsGrindGames here, and I'm going to talk to you about the 100 hours I have spent and put into Black Desert PS4 and give you a few tips and advice on where to get gear and money early on in the game and later on in the game. The first part of the video will be earlier on, as we'll be taking a look at my sorceress who's level 18. Through getting gear drops, we've managed to get her to 78 AP and 133 DP. Now if you're around this area, stay tuned, because at the end of the video we will be talking about higher level gear sets, but for now this is where we're at. So first thing I want to say is you have to spend a lot of time grinding in certain areas, killing certain mobs to obtain some of these drops. Some of them might not seem worth it to you, but it's all in the name of getting your AP and DP higher. So one of the drops I will mention is Mark of Shadows that you're seeing here right now, which is the ring that can sell for 11 million, and the Treant Spirit's Echo Ring. Now they're both roughly the same, except for one sells for 11 million on the player market and one has a set effect. So if you're wanting some early money and you can grind a few of them out, you can grind a few of them out. I'll tell you where to get them after we've been through the armor. The Loris' Lost Shoes is what I'm running for my shoes right now. The helmet chest piece you should get from quests, doing the main storyline quest and following the main storyline quest at plus 13 Grunil and the ultimate Dobar. So we're mainly focusing on just accessories right now. So to get a lot of these sets and a lot of these accessories, just down from Calpheon to the bottom left where the Catfishman camp is, this is where a lot of these sets drop. The Loris' Lost Armor set drops down here, as you can get pieces in the Catfishman camp, the Mancha Forest, the Rutum Outpost, and also the Treant Forest, which I will scroll down to in a second. You can also get the full Treant Spirit set from down here, including the rings, the necklace, the belt, and also the earrings, so that's another thing you should farm down here. A lot of these areas that you see on screen now have NPCs that you can go and talk to that stay around the vicinity of the area that will give you quests to kill the enemies that are inside these enemy zones, and they will give you gold bars for completing the quest, and there's usually about 3 to 4 of the quests that they give you, and then you can earn quite a bit of gold bars from that and exchange them in. The abandoned monastery there is where we get the 11 million value ring, the Mark of Shadows. It's a pretty rough drop, but if you get one, that's a bit of easy money for you. And there's another good place that you can go to farm again XP and money, which is down at the Hex's Sanctuary. This place can also drop a pretty decent accessory, which is an earring called the Witch's Earring, which will also sell for a pretty high price. But I'd say work them couple of areas until you've got a good sustainable AP and DP if you're struggling to get around as high as my sorceress is right now. And that's pretty much all the advice I can give you for around the early game. I know it's really short advice and it's basically just go to these locations and get these items, but a lot of the time in this game that is what you're going to be doing. Now moving on to my ranger, which is the main character that I've been streaming a lot on YouTube. For those that have been joining me, I appreciate all of the support. We've managed to get a little bit further than that, and this is where it comes into wanting to make this video to cover a few locations, what I've been grinding, a few items that I've got, because a lot of people have been asking me. Right now we're set at the 141 AP mark and 160. Yes, it's only around 30 more than what my sorceress had and the gear that I had on my ranger before, but that 30 is quite a lot when it comes to the end game, getting around 50 to 56. Now, a good place to start off, as you've seen there, was the Black Abyssal Longbow and the Medaya Leagues of Merchants Helmets. These are two things that you can get to bump up your AP and DP really quickly, really early when you get to level 55 and you start the grind to get better gear. You go onto your quest list and go over to your suggested, and on this big list here you'll find level 55 Medaya Support Black Abyssal Weapon, and you'll get the respected weapon for your class from completing this, and also the Medaya League of Merchants Helmet from completing that quest line also. For armor, I'm running a plus 15 luck armor of Fortuna and a plus 13 luck shoes of Fortuna to increase my luck in helping me get the drops a little bit easier and make farming a little bit less taxing. Now down here, as you can see, these 3 bronze daggers. What I want to point out is if you're having trouble sustaining weapons and armor through enhancements, and like my steel dagger there, the max durability is 77 out of 100, where my bronze dagger is 100 out of 100. That can be solved just by obtaining the same item that you're trying to upgrade, but a normal version. So it does not have to be enhanced. You just get the normal base version and take your weapon you need your max durability recovering on to any repair smith and recover the max durability by using the base item of the item that you are trying to upgrade. So you need 2 of the same, one without enhanced and one that you are trying to enhance, to get 10 max durability back per one item that you use to recover the durability, which is pretty good because the durability goes down by 5 every time you fail. That's a pretty easy way to get your armor up to 15. It might take a little bit of time, it might take a little bit of money, you might waste a few stones, but if you're trying to get a certain thing up there, that's the way that you're going to be able to do it. For my gloves and stuff right now, I'm not really running anything decent. It's still the Laura's set from the last little thing that I talked to you about, the last little farming spot. But the big things that have changed are my weapon, my helmet, and my accessory set. Now the accessory set that I'm grinding out right now is the Asula's Crimson Eye set. You can find these in Medaya over to the far right side of the map, which I will show you in a second. The earrings have still got the Witch's Earring and Tree and Spirit's Whisper Earring, because I haven't had any luck at Helm's Post getting the Asula's Crimson Eye Earring, which is something that you're going to be getting. I just shown I had 5 luck there and I still don't get any luck, so it's pretty rough. Once you're around this area though, you can start this grind at around, I'd say 78 to about 90. You can come over here, and the first area you want to go to is the abandoned iron mine. I'll pull that up there for you now and show you where that's located. So from the very start, in Valia, you want to head down to around where Hydel is, and then straight over to the right side to where Altanova is, and just below Altanova there's a little place called Abandoned Iron Mine, where you'll find all of these, I think there's like Helm soldiers and Sono soldiers. It's just absolutely full of things to kill here. They also drop a material that you can take to a nearby NPC, and you can trade them for gold bars. I think it's like 1,000 of them, and there's enough mobs there for you to kill to be able to get that while you're trying to farm levels and farm gear, because the Asula's Crimson Eye Necklace drops in that location. From there you want to head straight up the map when you've got the Asula and go for Elric Shrine and Helm's Post, which these 2 places alone drop the last 3 pieces for the Asula set that you're going to need, which is the earring, the spare ring, and the belt. The belt is a pretty painful drop. I grinded that for a few hours each day, and I just could not get them, and then I did go on one day and got it straight away. So it's all about RNG luck, and if you just stick at it, you will get the items what you want. Elric Shrine on the right also has a place where you can trading materials to an NPC for gold bars again, which is another way to get some more money. The gold bars you get from Elric are 10-gram gold bars for 600 of the cultist tokens that you get over there, which is probably the better option. So once you've done with the necklace, it's recommended to stay there for a while to get some levels and to get some gold bars, get a bit more money. But apart from these accessory sets and the 2 main quests for the bow and the helmet that I got, you want to focus on trying to get the same types of armor, whether you buy them from the central market, whether you get the drops in the areas that I've told you to farm in the video for the Asula. And the other things, you'll get random armor drops, and they may be like +3s and +5s. You can sell them on the player market, or you can extract them for blackstones and armor. But just putting time into these areas and time into the game is one of the main things that you can do. And if you're struggling with drop rates, you can always invest in nodes by linking the nodes up to the nearest town and investing energy to increase the drop rates in that area. But that's honestly about it for the video, guys. I can't really say much more because I don't want to go too in depth to confuse a lot of new players or people that don't understand, so I just wanted to give locations on drops. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you when I stream next.